सरस्वती वाजेभिर्वाजिनीवती नीलामविद्रयवतु गणेशाय नमः सरस्वत्यै नमः श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ओम्। ॐ नमो भगवते रुद्राय ॐ नमस्ते रुद्रमन्यवहुतो वैष्णवे नमः नमस्ते अस्तु धन्वने वागुम्यमुदते नमः या तर्हिषु शिवतमा शिवं बभूव वेदनो शिवा शरव्याया तव दयानो रुद्रमृडय या ते रुद्र शिवा तनोरघोरा पापकाशिनी दयानस्तनुवाशन्तमया दिविशन्ता विचाकशी या विशुं गिरिशन्तहस्ते विवर्षस्तवे शिवां गिरित्रतां गुरुमादिगुं श्रीपुरुषं जगत् शिवेन वचसा त्वा गिरिशाचावदामसि यथा नः सर्वमिज्जगदयक्ष्मकुं सुमना असत् अद्य वोचदधि भक्ता प्रथमो दैव्योऽभिषत् अनिगुंश सर्वाहाञ्जम्बयन् सर्वाश्रयातु धान्यः असौ यः साम्रो अरुण उत बभ्रुस्तु मङ्गलः ये चेमागुं रुद्रा अभितो दिक्षु श्रुता सहस्रशः गातुं सद्यो मुष्णतां पतये नमो नमो श्रीमद्यो नक्तं चरभ्य प्रवृन्दानां पतये नमो नमः पुष्टिशिने गिरिचराय कुलुञ्चानां पतये नमो नमः श्रीमद्योदन्वाभिभ्यश्च वो नमो नमः आनन्दानेभ्य प्रतिददानेभ्यश्च वो नमो नमः आयच्छद्भ्यो विशुद्धभ्यश्च वो नमो नमः स्यभ्यो विद्यभ्यश्च वो नमो नमः आसीनेभ्यश्च यानेभ्यश्च वो नमो नमः स्वपद्भ्यो जाग्रद्भ्यश्च वो नमो नमः तिष्ठद्भ्यो धावद्भ्यश्च वो नमो नमः सभापतिभ्यश्च वो नमो नमः अश्वेभ्यो सपतिभ्यश्च वो नमः आप्यादिनीभ्यो विविद्यन्तीभ्यश्च वो नमो नमः गणाभ्यश्च गुण्डलीभ्यश्च वो नमो नमो वृत्सेभ्यो वृत्सपतिभ्यश्च वो नमो नमो राधेभ्यो राधपतिभ्यश्च वो नमो नमो गणेभ्यो गणपतिभ्यश्च वो नमो नमो विरूपेभ्यो विश्वरूपेभ्यश्च वो नमो नमो महद्भ्यः क्षुल्लकेभ्यश्च वो नमो नमो रतिभ्यो रतिभ्यश्च वो नमो नमो रतेभ्यो रथपतिभ्यश्च वो नमो नमः सेनानिभ्यश्च वो नमो नमः शत्रुभ्यः संग्रहीतृभ्यश्च वो नमो नमः दक्षभ्यो रथकारेभ्यश्च वो नमो नमः कुलालेभ्यः कर्मारेभ्यश्च वो नमो नमः कुञ्जिष्ठेभ्यो निषादेभ्यश्च वो नमो नमः विशुकृभ्यो धन्वकृभ्यश्च वो नमो नमः हृदयुभ्यः स्वनिभ्यश्च वो नमो शम्भिनेजेषु विमते च नमः तीक्ष्णेशवे चायुधिने च नमः स्वायुधाय च सुधन्वने च नमः श्रुत्याय च पत्याय च नमः काल्याय च दीप्याय च नमः सूर्याय च सरस्याय च नमो नाद्याय च वैशन्ताय च नमः ऊप्याय च वट्याय च नमो वर्षाय च वर्षाय च नमो मेघ्याय च विद्युत्याय च नमः इंद्रियाय च दव्याय च नमो वाग्याय च रेश्मियाय च नमो वास्तव्याय च वास्तुकाय च अवस्थिरा भगवद्यश्वरुष्वमीकस्तोकाय कनयाय मृडय मीष्टमशिवतमशिवो नः सुमना भव परमे वृक्ष आयुधन्विताय कृत्तिं वसान आचरविनाकं गिरिप्रदागहि विविधविलोकित नमस्ते अस्तु भगवन् यास्ते सहस्रगुंकेतयोन्यकस्मन्निकबन्धुता सहस्रामीशानो भगवत्पराचीनामुखाकृति सहस्राणि तेषां सहस्रयोजने वदन्वाणि तन्मसि अस्मिन् मदन्यर्णवेर्नरिक्षे भवाहरि नीलग्रीवाचितिकण्ठाः शर्वहदक्षमाचराः नीलग्रीवाचितिकण्ठादिवगुं रुद्रामुपश्रिताः ये वृक्षेषु सस्मिञ्जरा नीलग्रीवा विलोकिताः ये भूतानामधिपतयो विशिखाशङ्कपर्णिनः ये अन्येषु विविन्यन्ति पात्रेषु पिबतो जनान् ये कथां प्रतिरक्षय ऐलमृडाय व्युदकः ये तीर्थानि प्रचरन्ति सुषुभावन्तो निशङ्किनः यमेतावन्तश्च भूयागुंसश्च दिशो रुद्रावितस्थिरे तेषागुं सहस्रयोजने वदन्वाणि तन्मसि नमो रुद्रेभ्यो ये पृथिव्यां ये अन्तरिक्षे ये दिवि येषामन्नं पातो वर्षमि सहस्रेभ्यो दश प्राचेदश दक्षिणा दश प्रतीचिदशोदीचिदशोर्वासेभ्यो नमस्ते नो मृडयन्तु तेयं विष्णो यश्च नो वेष्टितं भोजं वेददामि त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव वन्दनात् मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृतात् यो रुद्रो अग्नौ यो अस्तु यमोषधीषु यो रुद्रो विश्वा भुवना विवेश तस्मै रुद्राय नमो अस्तु एते सहस्रमयुतं पाशावृत्यो मध्याय कल्पने तार्जन्यस्य मायया सर्वादवयजामहे नित्यमे स्वाहा नित्यमे स्वाहा प्राणानां ग्रन्थिरसि रुद्रो मामिषात्मकः येनानेनाहं नमो रुद्राय विष्णवे मृत्युर्मे पाहि तमुष्टुभियश्विषुस्मर्कायो विश्वस्य जयति वेषस्य
The Medha Suktam is a prayer to goddess of intellect, Medha Devi, Saraswati, for wisdom, memory, and the ability to understand and retain what is learned.
Reciting the Medha Suktam daily with faith and devotion leads to many benefits, including good memory, fame, courage, and wisdom. It praises the beneficent nature of the goddess Medha, and then describes how with the blessings of goddess Medha, one can become a rishi or
the hymn also beseeches Indra, Agni, the two Ashwins, Surya, and also goddess Saraswati to grant Medha wisdom.
Loving silence to all. loving silence to all. Very happy and auspicious day that we are all gathered here to celebrate Swami on his actual birthday. So first and foremost, welcome to Swami. Just to give you a little understanding of what the program as it unfolds, we will have the children's offering first. We will start with the little kids. And then we will have our special speaker session starting from 5:45 all the way to 6:45. And we will have some time for Q&A, and then we will have the musical offering with the adult Pancharatna kritis followed by a short bhajan, and then the cake cutting and Aarathi. We do invite you all to stay through the program and partake the Mahaprasad before you go. But first and foremost, we're very happy and honored and feeling very joyful that we are able to gather here today as one family to celebrate Swami on his happiest birthday. Happy 99th birthday, Swami.
Surya-Gauri Sama-Prabha Nirvighna Gurudeva Sarva-Kareshu Sarvada Om Siddhi Lakshmi Karamadhye Saraswati Karamule Sthite Gaurade Karadashanam Gurudevo Maheshwara Guru Sakshat Parabrahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Sarvamangala Mangalye Shive Sarvartha Sadhike Sharanye Trayambike Gauri Narayani Namostute Om Bhurvuvaswaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Loving silence to all. We, the students of Group 2, offer our humble pranams at the lotus feet of our beloved Swami. Dear Swami, thank you for bringing us together this evening to offer our love and gratitude on your birthday. Sai Baba, our loving mother and father, is omniscient, all-knowing, omnipotent, has the power to transform our hearts, and is omnipresent, present everywhere and in everyone. He is our friend and guide who shows us the right path and helps us become a better version of ourselves. Swami says, take one step towards me and I will take 100 towards you. Complete faith, surrender, love, and intense desire to be close to the Lord are the key ingredients to devotion. Prayers bring us close to God. They are letters to God, but will not reach Him without a proper postage stamp. What are these postage stamps? Consistent effort, practice, and discipline are required for our prayers to reach Him. Thinking of the Lord while doing our daily chores should become a habit. Do not ask for worldly materials, but ask for the Lord Himself to be with you as you guide. We can please the Lord with devotion that is simple and sincere, like that of Sabri in Ramayana. Sabri instilled Sri Rama in her heart, and her heart became Ramanuja. Let us fill our hearts with love and thank Sai Rama Aditya Vasi. Bhakti or devotion is love for God in its purest form. Seeing the Lord in all beings, loving them unconditionally, and serving them is the best way to serve our Lord. Engaging ourselves in meaningful devotional activities is the best, bring us closer to God. Devotion can be only experienced. Swami says, drive slowly, reach safely, start early, drive slowly, reach safely. We learned about the Nava Vidha Bhakti, the 9 forms of devotion. Any of the 9 forms of devotion are accepted by the Lord when offered with love. Shravanam, listening to the glories of the Lord. Kirtanam, singing His glories. Smaranam, chanting His name and remembering Him. Padasevanam, serving His lotus feet. Archanam, worshipping Him. Bandhanam, paying obeisance to Him. Dashyam, considering Him oneself His servant. Sakyam, considering Him as the best friend. And Atmanivedanam, total surrender. We can follow any of these paths and connect with our favorite deity. Keep God in your thoughts all the time and develop faith and love for Him. We have already started taking baby steps. We listened to stories of Swami in our SEC classes, which is Shravanam. And we practiced Kirtana during Akhanda Bhajans last week. I'm excited to learn about the other forms of devotion in our upcoming class. We will now offer a bhajan. Why fear when I am here? For our beloved Swami. see in the dark of night is that of God in man. Find the light that is in your heart and reach thy promised land. Find the light that is in your heart and reach thy promised land. So says Baba, Satya Sai Baba, Satya Sai Baba, my Lord. So says Baba, Satya Sai Baba, Satya Sai Baba, my Lord. Why fear when I am here? Why fear when I am here? Krishna, Buddha, Jesus, Allah, all came to this land. All of them brought the message of love to love your fellow man. All of them brought the message of love to love your fellow man. So says Baba, Satya Sai Baba, Satya Sai Baba, my Lord. So says Baba, Satya Sai Baba, Satya Sai Baba, my Lord. Why fear when I am here? 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 Why fear when I am here?
Sairam, dear students, this year we will be discussing all the layers that we need to go through to discover pure bliss. All of us have 5 sheets or koshas. Today we will discover the first layer of our existence, Annamaya Kosha, the layer of food and physical body. Without it, the other layers wouldn't be possible.
Did he just say food? I am such a foodie. I just knew this year SSE class would be worth it.
Ray, it's not a buffet. It's a lesson on the body. And of course, the Atma.
So Annamaya Kosha means food sheet. Does that mean it's about eating healthy?
Not just healthy eating, it's about realizing that this body is made of the food we eat. Yes, but also understanding how to take care of it. After all, as our own dear Swami says, your body is your temple.
So, does that mean I can offer prasad to my temple? Like maybe a pizza offering tonight?
No, Annamaya Kosha doesn't mean you should offer pizza to your body temple every day. It means you should nourish it, cherish it, and also exercise to keep it strong.
I exercise every day, Guruji. Does that mean my Annamaya Kosha is in perfect shape?
Well, exercising is good, but it's only one part. Annamaya Kosha also includes what you eat, drink, sleep, and how you treat yourself daily.
So, it's not just about the food, but about being mindful of everything we take in physically and mentally?
Exactly. It's about holistic wellness. For example, if you're constantly stressed, even the best food won't completely nurture your body.
That is why I never stress, Guruji. I just eat. Food is my therapy.
Yes, Trey. Food as therapy. If eating were enlightenment, I would say that you're a guru yourself by now.
Maybe you should start a new diet, less therapy, and more balance.
Hey, balance is my middle name. One slice of pizza in each hand.
Shrey, Annamaya Kosha isn't about indulging in everything you desire. It's about choosing wisely, making sure every bite and breath supports your well-being.
So it's okay to enjoy food, but we should remember that it's also fuel for our body, right?
Exactly. And remember, the quality of the food affects the quality of your thoughts and what you do, so stay positive.
So, I need to eat positive food? Guess I'll avoid negative vegetables like broccoli and Brussels sprouts.
Ah, if broccoli makes you negative, maybe it's a sign you need more of it. Annamaya Kosha teaches us how to treat our body with respect and gratitude, even if it means befriending broccoli.
So, if we take care of our Annamaya Kosha, do we automatically start working on the other layers too?
Taking care of the physical body can make it easier to work with the subtler layers. Think of it as laying a strong foundation.
You hear that, Trey? No pizza foundation.
Fine, I'll start with the veggie bowl and work my way up. Balance, right?
Yes, balance. Remember, we talked about the my plate. Don't overthink. Does anyone want to show me what you've learned from the my plate and practice during the week?
Yes. Here's my plate. 1/3 is protein and another 1/3 is grains. And don't forget, add some dairy and there you have it.
Guruji, I also love it that we are combining yoga with food. I can tell you all the poses we learned and why they are useful.
I am now going to show you the tree pose and the mountain pose. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out.
The tree pose strengthens the legs and core, it boosts your self-confidence, and reduces stress. The downward dog pose boosts energy levels, reduces stress and anxiety. It also stretches the body.
Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out.
The cat-cow pose helps with digestion, releasing anger and cravings, and it increases flexibility.
To start with our cat pose, you get on all fours, then spread your legs, then you bend your hip as you inhale, and then to do cow pose, you exhale and push your back up, and you stand back up.
So now, I can figure out the connection between the physical body and the breathing and how it helps focus the mind. This sure has been interesting, and it is so practical to our daily lives. We really see how the three goods are connected. With good food come good thoughts, good exercise come good health, and all of these result in good speech and good course of action.
Let us see how Swami gave us a perfect example from his life.
Your Annamaya Kosha isn't a storage place. It's a precious gift. Look after it. Think good, speak good, do good. And Swami will be with you all throughout life's journey.
Thank you, Guruji. Nivedita, do you want to talk about our special gift for Swami?
We have all prepared a healthy snack so you can all take care of your Annamaya Kosha. Wait for the treat in the Mahaprasad and enjoy.
Happy birthday, Swami. Sai Ram.
Happy birthday, Swami. Jai Sai Ram.
Happy birthday, Swami. Sai Ram.
Happy birthday, Swami. Happy birthday, Swami. Jai Sai Ram. Happy birthday, Swami.
Jai Sai Ram. Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday, Swami.
Birthday, Swami. Jai Sai Ram.
Happy birthday, Swami. Jai Sai Ram.
Happy birthday, Swami. Jai Sai Ram.
Om Sri Sai Ram. My humble pronouns at the lotus feet of our beloved Bhagavan Sri Sri Satya Sai Baba. I would like to welcome you all on such a crisp, beautiful fall afternoon to celebrate Swami's birthday. Out of his immense compassion and intense love for us, he made this day a beautiful one for us to celebrate his birthday. We can't be blessed any more than this. This is a wonderful thing. So before moving on to speaker introduction, Swami also blessed us with one of his distinguished devotees to talk to us today. We're going to enjoy that. Before that, I would like to say a few words about our speaker. Brother Sai has been born in Hyderabad and lived there for most of his life. But he has a very distinguished educational career and equally illustrious professional career. He spent almost a decade studying in Swami's institutes, both at Prasanthi as well as Vrindavan. He completed his education with a double postgraduate degree, economics and business management. And he also, after that, during his study days, Swami used to fondly call him Prasadam Boy because he was in charge of distributing Prasadam in the mandir. So that's how close he was with Swami. And he also, after his education, he spent 3 years in Hyderabad, and he was in the Sai Institute there in Hyderabad and participated in several service activities and medical camps and water projects as well. And after that, he had a very illustrious professional career. He moved to London and worked for a company, a group of companies called FMCG companies. And he did a lot of work in marketing some of their products. It's called finished products. And then later in his career, the company moved him to New Jersey area. Since then, he's living there, and he and his wife are living in a suburb of New Jersey area. So with that quick introduction, I would like to turn the forum to our great speaker, and I don't want to stand in between you and the speaker. It's all, please take it over.
Sai Ram, can you all lift your hands like this if you can hear me? There we go. That's the easiest way. Sai Ram to one and all. And I have to start by thanking Gopi brother and as well as Pavithra sister, who have been very patient and kind in the last couple of weeks. I promise you they've done a lot of testing and we are here. So thank you. I'm also, I probably have, this is the most interesting introduction that I have because Brother Nagarajan also introduced me, but because of the feedback, it was completely mute. So I don't know what was the introduction on the other side, but it was a very, very interesting introduction, and it reminded me of a beautiful incident where, so I always tell my classmates in Parthi as well as, Vrindavan, whoever studied with me, we have very, very strong experience that whenever we speak to his devotees, his prema swarupas, like all of you all are sitting here. I'm just an instrument sitting here, and he's the one who speaks, and he's the one who listens on the other side, right? So it's a very interesting experience how all of this started just now. Before I go into topic even, because it's reminded me of a wonderful incident. I've just joined. I was very curious what Nagarajan sir was introducing me, but Brother Gopi said, I've got to put that on mute because there is a feedback. So just bear with and just thank him later. So this is what has happened just 3 minutes ago, right? So the same thing happened as you saw my introduction as well. Swami used to call me Prasadam Boy. I remember once after during the birthday week, just like this, we had a similar incident where what happens after prasadam distribution and after Swami's discourse and bhajans, Aarathi, Swami leaves slowly into Kulwant Hall, right? So you would have seen the people who would have visited to Parthi, you would have gone through this routine, as well as you would have probably seen online as well. So one of those fine days, what happened was everybody left, Kulwant Hall is empty, and I'm Prasadam Boy, so a lot of my group of team who actually stays back after everybody leaves, we take all the basins that have been spread across Kulwant Hall to, for the washing and put them apart. And there are hundreds of basins because, Kulwant Hall can easily house around 15,000 to 20,000 people, right? So we were doing that. And one of our professors, he's a physics professor still in Parthi, he is the one who takes care of Swami's mics, right? Swami's mic, Swami's discourse table, he's the in charge. Even inside Mandir, he takes care of bhajan group and etc. So we saw this particular gentleman standing near Swami's desk, and the entire Kulwant Hall is empty, and he's looking at mic, just like I was quiet. I mean, I couldn't hear Brother Nagarajan. He's looking at Swami's mic and loudly laughing. I mean, there is a massive resound in Sai Kulwant Hall. So we're not understanding why is this man laughing. So we were picking up all the basins, we were running towards it. And then we ran towards him and I said, sir, what happened? What happened? Why are you laughing so loudly? And then Professor told us, he told us, "Itu chudandaya." For those of you who understand Telugu, "Itu chudandaya." Mic ni chudandi. So look at the mic, and then we are looking at the mic. It's a very normal mic, just like how we are today. And then we said, and this is I'm talking about 2003, right? So and we asked, sir, mic seems fine. And then he said, "Neen mic ki wire petledaya." So I have not put the wire for mic. How did Swami speak the discourse for last 1.5 hours? How did we hear the entire speech in the speakers? How did all this happen? And I'm talking about these old Ahuja mics, right? So there is no wireless mics those days. So he forgot to put the wire. There was no wire that day. And Swami finished the discourse and Swami left. So when this particular incident happened, I got reminded of that. It is such and we were, even when I narrate to you, there's a goosebumps right now to me. But that is why I completely believe he speaks. And in fact, actually, Gopi brother created a nice little group in the last 1.5 week, and we were chatting there. And they said, when they said all the best to me, I said, he will speak, brother. I just come and sit there. And then he said, brother, he will also listen. So it was a very beautiful thing he said. So invoking Swami's presence among all of you. Pranam said Bhagwan's lotus feet. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity. I would have actually physically been with you all of you if it was possible, only that tomorrow afternoon I have to speak in Jersey City Sai Center, which is having their birthday celebrations tomorrow. So I wanted to make some flexibility as to how to operate and make sure I'm there for both organizations and try my best. So thank you so much. And I also have this kind of a little bit of a OCD when it comes to whenever I speak. And I've been speaking for a long time since Swami picked me up once and then he said, go, elli matladu. And this is the first time in try. And then I said, Swami, I don't know how to speak. Nunchora. So Swami said, go and stand. I mean, in the most detached way. So that's what I've been doing all these years. So, but every time I speak, I always look for a sign. Right. I mean, I choose a topic, I pray to Swami, what do you, these are all, and I don't take it lightly because you're all his loved and dear ones and near ones, which we're going to talk about a lot today. And then I was looking for a sign all of the day. So I gave Gopi brother and Pavitra sister this topic. Who is dear? Who is near? Do you want to be dear or do you want to be near Bhagavan? Right? So this is the topic that I gave. And then I was trying to look for sign. And every time I speak, I've had several experiences which we can talk on another day, but I always get some kind of sign. So whole of this is, so morning we went to Houston Sai Center in the morning and they were packing, it was a massive 100 people there, and, arranging lunch for almost near 50 different home shelters here in New Jersey. So there were hundreds of devotees. We were all cutting vegetables, making pasta, making vegetarian chili, making Mexican rice, trying to pack and all of that. And there's so much going on. And I was thinking, Swami, where is my sign? I'm going to speak in the evening. Where is my sign? I chose this topic, right? And then it proceeded 12:30, 1:30. We finished at we split into smaller groups. So we went to a place in Plainfield, and then we were doing Seva there. And then I was still looking for sign. So and then my wife was actually telling me, let's get back, because we live in Northwest Jersey and we were actually somewhere in South. And then so let's get back. You're gonna get late. You've got to go and get ready for Houston Sai Center. So I was saying, no, I still haven't got a sign. I was thinking sign. And then we arranged everything. All the shelter people were waiting for the food. And then we were ready for Brahmarpanam. We said Brahmarpanam. And one of the senior alumni brothers who actually led that group, he actually looked and said, see, Seva is very, very important. If you do Seva, then you will be near and dear Sai. So that's what he said. So that's exactly what I was waiting. I mean, nobody knew what my topic was or what I was going to talk to you today. But I just wanted to look at Swami and then said, Swami, give me some sign that this is what I have to speak today. And then as soon as he said this, I said, yes, here we go. I got my sign and I said, let's go and come back. And then because I got delayed so much, I was very worried because I was coming back at 4:30. And then I suddenly realized the speech is at 5:45 p.m. I was panicking because I had to come back, drive. It takes about an hour and a half. So, and then I messaged in the group that group my brother created, brother, how long are you behind? They said, oh, no, it's 6:45 EST. So don't worry, you can come later. So it is 6:45 here. So Swami also made sure that I had a buffer of 1.5 or 2 hours to just freshen up, get ready for you all. So it's been a perfect day of Swami's presence so far. And he's given many different blessings. So happy birthday to Swami, isn't it? So happy birthday to Swami. Hope you have had a very good celebration so far. So I was actually going to speak about this topic, who is near and who is dear, right? And I've always had this question, and every time, because I've spent so much time physically close to Swami, I've always had this question, and we've also were kind of a very unique batch. So whenever we speak, for anybody, any student who speaks from our batch from 97 to 2007 who were there, we all actually combine forces as to what to talk. So we actually, so whatever I'm going to speak today, it's not just my stories, but also stories combined by a few more people who are also quite popular speakers in Swami's circle. So we have had a very different experience and journey with Swami, because we started in 1997 where Swami was really energetic as well. He still was doing Narayan Sevas himself in Hillview Stadium and so on and so forth. And by 2007, he was in a wheelchair and he had to be taken over and etc. So we actually went through a very Maya period of Swami because we were very close to Swami, but we saw Swami's physical body changing all across those years. So it was a very, very tough lessons, sweet lessons. We've had a lot of mixture of these things. So one of these days when Swami is in this chair, he was sitting, I'm the Prasadam Boy. So we usually sit, my life has always been sitting behind Swami. My entire life in Parthi and Vrindavan, we're always sitting behind Swami, waiting for that instruction. Hey, there you go and do your prasadam distribution, right? So this was most of my life. So I used to sit with the speakers who were ready to speak and so on and so forth, or just behind Swami. That day, I realized that there were two boys. Obviously, there were some boys at the time helping, holding Swami's hand, walking around. This was, I'm talking about 2005 or so. So we say these two boys were very closely sitting in front of Swami. Maharashtra Sai Centers came for Ashadi Ekadashi or something like that. They were actually presenting a wonderful drama. So the boy on the right side of Swami, he was like literally here. Right? The chair is here and they're sitting right in front of, on the right side. He was completely engrossed in the drama. The drama was fantastic. So me and the speaker were sitting behind Swami's chair and they were looking at it. And Swami is holding a lot of letters. So Swami suddenly started to give letters to him. But he was not looking at Swami. And now we cannot move. If you remember the things around Swami, you had to maintain a very high discipline. So we were right behind, but we couldn't communicate. We were trying to make sounds with our, like, hey, look, Swami is trying to look at you. Swami is trying to give you letters. But this fellow is completely engrossed into the drama and is just staring at all the characters and is complete. And then Swami is trying to give him letters. He's not looking at it. So it was literally one minute. And then Swami just turned and gave the boy on the left side. But it struck a chord with me because there were a lot of devotees in front of Swami. We were also able to see one. Maharashtra devotees actually wear those Nehru caps, if you remember the traditional ones. And there was one man who was standing right near the gate at the corner of Kullanthal, and he was trying to peek and have one glimpse of Swami. So who is near and who is dear, right? So I used to always, me and this brother were talking, sitting behind, and we were talking about this. And then as soon as we saw this devotee was speaking, miles away, but this boy was right in front of me. He was looking at something else, but not Swami. And then we just said that to each other, and Swami looked at both of us and gave a beautiful smile. He understood the conversation that we were going through, and the question still didn't give an answer. We didn't get an answer. Who is near? Who's dear? Right? I particularly chose this topic because every birthday, I was also part of the bakery boys group as part of our Sri Satsa Institute of Higher Learning, higher secondary school, and so on and so forth. And we had the privilege to make Swami's birthday cake. So it's amazing that we have done so many cakes for Swami, and we used to actually almost make it 3 days before because we had to do so many complicated designs and so on and so forth, set it up, etc. And I realized it that birthday, who is near and dear. That year, actually, President Abdul Kalam had come and for birthday as a chief guest and convocation, and Swami and he was going to have his first darshan of Swami, and he was waiting near the interview room. If you remember Swami's birthday setup, near the interview room, the first cake is always the Western Canteen cake. And beside that, this is Sri Satsa Institute of Higher and Prashanthi, then Brindavan, then Parthi, then school, old students, and so on and so forth. There are lots of cakes, right, when Swami used to be there. So ours was right in front of the pillar. And then Abdul Kalam was right beside, sitting in interview with all of his bodyguards and etc. And then as soon as Swami was coming, he got down in his car and he was coming, making his way towards him. And all the VIPs had come to Swami and said, Swami President is waiting for you. Mr. Abdul Kalam is there. And he was also coming closer to Swami. And then Swami immediately raised his hand, blessed him. And then he said, I will cut the cake and come to you. It was such a beautiful moment that I cannot forget. Who is near and who's dear? It's Swami's Maya that we cannot understand when will you get to the dear state and when will you just be near state. Right. And then I wanted to narrate this personal experience of mine because this was year 2000 when Swami first started the Grama Seva concept. Right. So until 1999, the Seva was always done on Swami's birthday in Hillview Stadium. So, 30,000, 50,000, sometimes even 1 lakh people used to attend, 1 million people. But 2000 onwards, Swami started to actually expand the program by sending around 50 trucks to 500 villages a day. So the coverage was much bigger. So during those days, I was not part of the distribution, but I was a part of the communications group. So because there were 50 odd trucks going in 5 or 15 different directions to hundreds of villages, The Andhra Pradesh police at that time had given our students a set of communication sets where we could install them in each of these, those walkie-talkies kind of things, right? And then Swami gave a special apartment in North blocks to actually sit and monitor. So we used to have a laptop system, we used to monitor, truck 25, there is 2 gallons of paisam left. There is only 50 packets of pulihora left. So we have to refill 100 packets. So that kind of statistical setup used to be there. So we used to actually do that. And whole of the day we used to feel, we're not doing really seva, isn't it? We're just tapping at laptops, taking notes, taking numbers, making sure. But we never realized that that's such a critical piece of seva, that you're making sure supply is in the right place, right time, and all of that. So these particular boys used to come back at 5 p.m. or 4:30ish, etc. And whatever is left over in each of the truck used to be put back into one truck. And these communication boys, which I was part of, you have to go and finish it. So we used to get slightly irritated with it. Why? Because it's at 5 p.m. and that's when Swami comes and talks to all boys and everything, and then we are going to miss it. So we want to be near him, and we are going to miss it. And I used to feel particularly irked. I was probably 17, 16 at the time. And then I was like, Swami, why are you make me do this? I'm losing your darshan. I'm missing your darshan. I can't touch your feet. And there used to be so many thoughts at the time, right? And then one such day, and these were the times when Satyajit used to come every 15, 20 minutes and check, hey, Swami's asked, where are the trucks? Where are they coming? Are they okay? Are the boys okay? And so on and so forth. And the best part was actually we were doing the distribution, but the thankless job used to be done by Anantapur sisters, who used to be awake overnight to pack all those pulihora packets. So we never, the ultimate stuff used to be done by them actually. So it was a very combined effort by both boys and girls in that time. So, and then I used to feel this, why? And one such day, and the third day after Gram Seva started, cheekily enough, there is a communication gang was about 5 boys, 3 boys ran away because they said, oh, this is, and slowly somehow they slipped away into Mandir. Right, and they saw a couple of me and another boy maintaining the records and etc. The 3 fellows slipped away. They ran away to darshan, and then we saw. And when the truck came, the leftovers were put into one truck. We were sitting, and then we found there was only 2 boys, and then we can't waste prasadam, can we? Right, so we had to distribute it, and they said, you are the only 2 boys. Everybody's gone to darshan. You have to go and distribute. And I was really frustrated that day. I said, Swami, why should I do this? I've done the seva whole day. Why can't you just allow me to be near you? I mean, I was just even one of my seniors actually who was with me, he said, Yara, why are we doing this? Okay, well, let's just finish it and go back to darshan as fast as possible. So it was a mechanical thought. Let's just get it done with it, right? I mean, and we were going with that kind of thinking. And I started to get even more scientific when I got into the truck. And this was the year when the railway station was being built in Prasadam. So there was always L&T people there working. So they required food anyway. So we took the leftovers, we put everything into one truck, and then we started going to the L&T block near the railway station construction site. And as soon as we parked there, I'm actually going, we are crossing the Ganesh gate, and I was thinking, Swami, you're sending all this prasadam to villages, number of villages, but one packet of pulihora, 2 laddus, 1 sari, what will it do? They're all poor people. You're just giving one pulihora, 1 laddu, what will it do? I'm thinking all of these things because, I mean, it's coming out of frustration with it because I'm missing Swami's darshan and I'm missing the chance to be near him and all of that. And then we stop near the L&T place, and then everybody comes and they're taking lots of prasadam. They're so happy, they're jubilant. We are not even actually observing their devotion. We are not even we are in the thought, single-minded thought, I have to go back to darshan. You take your prasadam, go. So this is the thought we were in. And then I suddenly observed there was a small homeless man, short one, ragged clothes. He was sitting near the tree. And he was sitting at a kind of a desk, right? And then he was sitting there, and then he was Kalmid Kalu is Kodam. That's what we say in Telugu. I don't know how to say it in English, but he was putting his leg on his leg, and then he was sitting like a king, like that. And then I said, and then one of my friend who came with me, my senior, I said, brother, that person is not coming. What do you think? Why do you think he's not coming? Should we go and give him the prasadam? No, no, no. He has some plan. He probably wants to come to in the end and take everything, or maybe he's expecting a dhoti, which we don't have, because these guys are seeing all this prasadam distribution for last 3 days. They might have a strategy. So we are overcomplicating all of our minds, right? So then 25 people come, 50 people come. He's not coming. And then he doesn't look like a person who should be waiting, actually. He looks in a very, very bad state, very ragged clothes, a typical beggar template that we are used to seeing. And then I'm like, I'm getting very curious. Why is he not coming? And then I said, brother, I've got to get down because I'm curious. I don't know why he's not coming. I've got to go and give. No, 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 Bhanu, just leave him be. We have to go for darshan. I said, no, no, brother, he's just looking at me. He's smiling. He's not coming. For some reason, he's not coming. I'm going to go to him. And then I got down the truck. Prashant continued to give everybody else. I took 3 packets of pulihora, 3 laddus, and then I went to him. And then I said, Prasadam Kavala. Do you want Prasadam? He said, did Satya Sai Baba send it for me? That was his exact question. He said, did Satya Sai Baba send it for me? And I was slightly offended because this is 17, 16-year-old me who is super attached to Swami, who'll shield Swami every day, doesn't have any maturity and all of that. So I said, okay, calm down. I said, Aunandi, yes, Satya Sai Baba has sent it for you. Are you sure Satya Sai Baba has sent it to you? I said, sir, yes, sir. Aunandi, yes, Swami has sent it for you. Okay, then I will take. Okay, great. So I hand it over. He puts it aside, and then I asked him, "Why did you not come until now? And why did you wait for one of us to come? Is there a reason?" Because looking at him, he shouldn't be waiting. And then he looks at me and tells, "Babu, I have been begging for 65 years of my life. 65 years of my life. I am a hopeless, homeless man." In Telugu, he was telling him that I cannot wait for somebody to give me because I'm used to begging all my life. But today, so he used to beg around Bukkapatnam, Kottacheru and everybody, and everybody used to tell him every day, there is a Baba in Puttaparthi, why don't you go there? They'll find you some job, or every day you'll get some sort of prasadam, why don't you do? He never heard him. He never believed, because obviously they're the people who want to get everything every day. And he probably doesn't have a hand as well, from what I saw. I begged all my life. But today, I took a bus with this chump change that I had. I came to Puttaparthi because everybody was arguing with me, why don't you believe in Satya Sai Baba? So I came here. I did not have the bus ticket beyond this railway station. I sat near this tree. I challenged your Baba, if you are God, send me the food that you have, then I will believe you. Send me, that is what I said. That I will believe you, I will follow you. Right? Who is near? Is nearness important or dearness important? So it was a very big teaching moment for me, is that unless I took that one more step to understand what it gives the devotees of Bhagwan, what that one pulihora packet, one laddu does to people, I did not understand Swami's master plan. So imagine every day we used to distribute almost around 40,000 pulihora packets. If a person can give hope to 40,000 people in a single hour, he's none other than God. Sai Ram. So I think that was a very, very important experience of my life, which established ground rules as to how to be near and how to be dear. But of course, it's a monkey mind, right? So there are a lot of experiences to come later. But it's also shocks to me when I came. Me and my wife, we've just moved to US about a year ago, probably. We used to live in the UK for the last 10 years or so. And I used to be in the Region 2 service as a service coordinator at the time. And then I've come here recently. And then I was always thinking, I'm coming out of Swami's bubble. I really don't know anybody else in New Jersey area. Swami give me somebody who gives me that connection to Swami back. I want to come back to Swami's, family here and so on and so forth. We both land. And then interestingly enough, the first day I go to office and I feel like, and I don't have anybody else's contact number. And I joined my team, and there is this, one of my teammates is a South African girl, but who's moved here along with her husband, etc. And she looks at me, introduces herself, and she says, when I say my name, Sai Chandra Bhanu, and then I said, Sai means Sati Sai Baba. And then it brought a beautiful smile to me, because that's exactly what I was thinking, that Swami, I want to be closer to you and your thought process, near to you. And then this is what I was thinking, nearness, right? I have nearness to Swami and Swami's thinking. And then she says, Sati Sai means Sati Sai Baba. I said, yes, how do you know? And then she says, no, we are Swami's devotees. My parents are Swami's devotees, and etc. And within 10 minutes, she ends up saying, my father is sick, brother. Do you have any vibhuti for my father? I want to send some to him. And then, as frantic that we are, as I devotees, you always want to help, and etc., etc. You would not believe. My laptop bag is almost around 15 years. I've been using the same laptop bag. My wife tries to throw it away, but somehow I still survived with me for this long. And I don't even know, because I don't know what is inside. That's why she tries to throw it off many times, but she's not succeeded yet. So and it's probably every man sitting in this room will agree, their laptop bags in their caves. Definitely, they don't know what is inside that bag, right? So as soon as this girl asks me for vibhuti, I'm trying to put my hand everywhere in the laptop bag. There should be some Swami's vibhuti somewhere, right? I mean, come on, we are Swami's devotees. We talk about Swami whole day. There should be something somewhere. So frantically searching, trying to help her. And then I said, Swami, there should be something here. I find Swami's photograph, several other references, and somewhere buried, there is a small envelope completely folded, right? And then I realized, okay, I took it out. And then you will not believe me. I took out the envelope, and I realized this envelope is from 2005 Atirudra Mahayagnam. 2005. And there is one packet of vibhuti inside this envelope, which is from 2005 Atirudra Mahayagnam. And I do not even know that it existed there, because it's a laptop bag, everything exists there. So I had no clue. That's when I realized 2005, when Swami threw vibhuti packets into our laps, he had knew in 2005 that this girl would meet in 2024, and she'll be asking for a vibhuti packet. Who is near? Who is dear? Correct. It's unbelievable that when I think about it, as to how a 2005 packet can still be with me. So so we cannot clearly understand Swami's leelas sometimes. So I wanted to proceed a little more into this discussion of who is near and dear. And I wanted to narrate something funny, because I see a lot of children here. So I want to I want to share a very good experience of mine when I was 15 years old. Right. So I was in 12th, I was in 10th class, I think, at that time. And then and these were the days when Swami was briskly walking around and so on and so forth, and then creating vibhuti everywhere, taking letters everywhere, and so on and so forth. And there was a week when I was getting first line every day. And I was very, very excited about it, right? Every day we run, so even boys have to come running towards Mandir and so on and so forth. So every day, almost for a week, I was coming and I was getting first line. And every day I got Padnamaskar. Every day Swami created vibhuti for some devotee, and then I gave kerchief. I also was called as a kerchief boy at that time, because every time Swami gave a vibhuti for somebody, I used to have a new kerchief. Give Swami kerchief. So we used to get a lot of chances that way. And then I was almost for a 1.5 weeks, I was in super good form, right? Every day, I'm getting first line, I'm getting Pad Namaskar. I was very, very happy about it. I was very near to God, right? Very, very near. And I'm loving this nearness. After 1.5 weeks, I decided, okay, I'm getting first line every day. So let me write a letter for Swami, talking about various things, parents, friends, relatives, or my future, whatever. I've started writing a letter. I wrote the letter, and 1.5 weeks non-stop first line. So I go and the next day I go with the letter, I still get the first line. So I sit in the first line, I hold the letter, and I'm super confident. proximity, near to God, want to be near to God, near to God. And then Swami comes, takes every letter around me except mine. And then I'm like, okay, no problem. We are in good form. The run rate is good. We will try another day tomorrow. So he almost took around 15 letters behind me, except mine, and then he walks away. So next day I come again, run again. Even next day, so this is 2 weeks in running. Even next day I get the first line. I said, okay, today Swami should take. And that next day, which again, first line when I said, this time Anil Kumar Gar was beside me. Anil Kumar sir was actually sitting beside me. I said, see, today there is no chance Swami will not take my letter. Anil Kumar sir is there here and Swami will come and he'll chat with him every day. And somehow I'll sneak in my letter into Swami's hand. This is my thinking, right? So I want to be near to God, near to God. And then Swami comes, Swami, exactly like what I think. Swami stood near Anil Kumar Garu, he's talking, making jokes, everybody's laughing. I'm holding my letter, he's not taking my letter. And then in between the conversations, he's taking somebody's letter here, somebody's letter there. Now my letter is still in my hand. Then even that day I was unsuccessful. Next day I started to panic. I said, okay, he's not taking this letter. And then next day I get second line. Second line is still manageable. You can stretch your hands and take it. Even today, Swami doesn't take my letter. So from next day onwards, wherever I sit, the boy started not sitting beside me. Oh, no, this fellow, if you sit beside this fellow, the letter, Swami will not take the letter. They was him. This fellow is out of form. If we sit with this fellow, Swami will not take the letter. So wherever I'm sitting, brother, can you go and sit there? They've understood the pattern. They said, can you not sit beside us because Swami might not. So I became famous for next 1.5 weeks. I'm famous, the boy whose letter is not being taken. So that night, after 1.5 weeks of experiencing this agonizing pain of not being able to successfully give letter to Swami, and then getting into a humiliatory stage in the hostel and everybody laughing, I said, okay, I'll take this as a challenge. And then I realized I woke up and we sleep in dormitories. I don't know if you've seen any hostel videos or anything. So it's actually, this was in school. So there's only 6 boys per room. If you go into hostel, goes into institute hostel, it's 10 or 14 is bigger dormitories, but in school it's only 6 boys. So the acoustics, if you make any movement in the night, they'll know and they'll shout at you. Right? So 10 o'clock we sleep, 10 o'clock close. So 10 o'clock I wake up, I open my cupboard, I start writing a new letter. And then in this letter, I said, okay, Swami is not taking the letter because there is no challenge in it, right? So I want to be near, but I'm not dear enough because I'm not taking any challenge. So I start writing the letter and I say, Swami, I'll stop seeing movies because until then I used to be in Hyderabad, part of Satsai Vidya Vihar and Shivam group and etc. And I used to be a movie addict at that time until 8th or 9th or 10th class. So I said, okay, that's my favorite thing to do. Okay, let's give it up, Swami. Child, right? So 13, 14 years old. So I wrote, Swami, I'll give up movies for you. And then I closed the letter. I'm very proud to sleep. After 10 minutes, I woke up again. I said, oh, giving up movie is not possible. That's not that easy. So I take that letter, scratch the area of the letter where I said, I will give up movies. And then I rewrite on top of that. We used to also have the white markers. I wrote white markers and wrote, Swami, I will give up movies for 3 years. Okay, this is a decent time because I was finished my 12th class. I will go into graduation in Vrindavan. In Vrindavan, anyway, we'll see less of Swami. So when Swami comes to Vrindavan and potentially take me to Kodaikanal, I will anyway not go to Hyderabad. That's the calculation I'm having. So 3 years, we can easily not skip movies. This is my thinking at that time, trying to be dear to Swami. So I said, right, Swami, for 3 years, I will not see the movies. Okay, I close the letter, I sleep. And then by the time all the boys are shouting, how many times will you wake up? It's disturbing us sleep. I sleep. And after half an hour, I wake up again because I'm still not convinced. This time I wake up, because I got another doubt. So I striked because there are Dasara holidays coming in between summer holidays, which is 10 days. That's it's tough to contain in those 10 days. So I open the letter and then I strike it again. Swami, I will not see movies for 3 years in theaters. Just letting you know. So I write that and I fold it. and then I sleep again. And then I wake up again after 10 minutes. This time, the boys are furious. They kick me out of the room. So I was sitting in the dining hall in hostel. And then I striked it again. And I said, Swami, I will not see movies in theaters for 3 years. Brackets, but I will see in Star TV, in TV. So I wrote that. And then I closed that. And this time I'm very satisfied, right? Incredibly satisfied that I've put a foolproof challenge to Swami, which is a win-win situation. This kind of works out, right? So, and I folded it, I put it in the letter. I'm very satisfied. I'm sleeping, trying to be dear to him, right? Then I go to darshan. This time, I actually get in line near VIPs, right? Some VIPs, lecturers, professors. So if you remember the Ganesha behind Swami Samadhi right now, the behind portion, we call it as Varanda, if you know. And that is a very exclusive place where a lot of VIPs, close devotees of Swami sit, and some professors and even VC sits there. And somehow some boys get about 20% share of that place, and I got it. So I sat just beside warden that day, warden of the hostel. So I said, okay, it's okay. Warden knows me and all of that. So I went and sat, and then I'm very comfortable sitting now. And this time, until the day before, I was stretching my hand or doing all kind of gymnastics, trying to give the letter. And Swami is not taking for 2 weeks. Okay. So this time, when Swami is coming for darshan, I actually put the letter very close to my heart, because I'm not too convinced to give this letter to Swami. So I was putting it very close to my heart, and I was sitting. Swami comes for darshan, bends his entire body, puts his hand, even though I'm not stretching, he takes the letter from my hand. Okay. I thought, okay, he's taken the letter, very happy. But that was not it. He opens the letter and he reads it loud. Every sentence that I striked right in front of him, front of all the VIPs, all the teachers, and my warden is just looking at me. What are you writing in the night? So he reads all the three statements that I had struck off, and then nightmare. So everybody is laughing, and I'm just looking at Swami's feet, and then Swami holds my head. He pulls it back, and then he looks at me and says, "Enduku siggu bangaram, Swami దగ్గర ఎందుకు siggu?" And then Swami said, "Why are you shy in front of me, boy? Look at me." And then Swami pulled my cheek and then said, "This boy is a very good boy. Chala happy." And Swami gave Vibhuti, and trust me, next 3 years I never went home, because things just happened in that way, that the original promise was always kept. The second one. So the next 3.5 years I was in Vrindavan, etc. But what I realized that day is that you can be near Swami, but it is also very important that you also are dear to Swami. And if you do want to be dear to Swami, you really have to get to the crux of the sacrifice that you want to make. Otherwise, there is no use of being near to Swami, just like the boy who was sitting right beside, not able to see that Swami was giving letter, and just like the person who was sitting, gates afar, so on and so forth. So true dearness comes from some sense of sacrifice. All this is not a great sacrifice, I would say, but it was a great experience, laughable, very, very funny incident, but it's a great experience where I've understood many different things from Swami. And Swami always used to tell us about Tyagaraja. So Tyagaraja, you all know Tyagaraja's Kirtanas, who are very, very famous and etc. But Swami used to always tell him, he only had 3 seconds glimpse of Rama coming from a door and going into the next door. That is all the glimpse Tyagaraja had. Just 3 seconds. And within 3 seconds, Tyagaraja went into another redemptionary space and wrote all the kirtanas that we have today. So Swami always says, it is not about just being near, but transforming that nearness to dearness to Bhagavan. So Swami always says it is there. So if physical is the only difference, if being physically close to Swami is the only, top priority KPI, Swami's robe is very, very close to him. Swami's chair sticks to his body all the time, so on and so forth. But are they dear? We don't know, right? Swami actually tells many different stories about it. I actually very vividly remember in one of the tri sessions, Swami talked about Subhadra. Do you all know Subhadra? Subhadra is Arjuna's wife, right? But Swami told us this story. Subhadra's had one of the worst deaths in Mahabharata time, in Dwapara Yuga, one of the worst deaths. How did she die? Arjuna actually took her because she was in such a depression and left her into Yamuna. That's how Subhadra died. And the reason why she died is many-fold. There are many-fold reasons about Subhadra. Swami told us the beautiful story which Krishna actually tells Arjuna, because Arjuna himself cries the way Subhadra leaves her body going into Yamuna. So this is what Swami narrated to us, saying Subhadra in her previous janma was Surpanaka. So in Treta Yuga, she was Surpanaka. Surpanaka is Ravana's sister. You know that, right? All of you know, are aware of it. And Surpanaka, as the story goes, she always wanted to be close to Rama. Right? She comes, she was super jealous of Sita. She tries to attack Sita. Lakshmana gives her a good treatment. She goes back to Ravana and says, "This is the guy who actually ruined your sister's respect," and so on and so forth. And the big war happens. Ravana comes, takes Sita away. Everything happens from that Surpanaka moment where she wants to desperately be close to Baba and Rama, right? And then Swami continued to tell us that even after the great war of Ravana and Rama wins and Rama comes back and so on and so forth, Surpanaka was still alive. She came in various forms in Ayodhya and she spread a lot of bad gossip about Sita. And actually, she was also one of the reasons why Sita had to go to ashrams and so on and so forth. And still, she never gave up. She never gave up. She used to always be near the Rajmahal and Rama, please, Rama, I want to be close to you. Or, Rama, I want to be near you. Rama, I want to be near you. Then ultimately, apparently, Rama one day blessed that next Janma, you will be near me. So Surpanaka took another Janma being Subhadra, and Subhadra this time is actually sister of Krishna, right? But Subhadra apparently is known to be a very gossipy woman even in the Dwapara Yuga, and she used to give a lot of tantrums to Rukmini, Satyabhama, and throw tantrums and etc. And all of them used to actually call them Rakshashi. So the way we express sometimes in our Telugu language, hey, Rakshashi pove, that kind of expression they used to give to Subhadra. Subhadra was never happy. Never happy, even though she married the great warrior Arjuna, she never went with him to Hastinapura. She always said, no, you go and come, I will stay with my brother Krishna. So she was so obsessed with Krishna, being near, but she was never happy. So Swami used to always say, it is not important to be physically close to God, but you also have to transform your nearness to understand the purpose of God, to be dear to him. Otherwise there is no use of being near to God, right? Being in the vicinity of God. That is what Swami used to say, that just being physically close to Swami is not enough. And Swami also told us a beautiful story again from Ramayana. After the great war of Rama and Ravana is over, Rama is coming back victorious. After 14 years, right, he comes back to Ayodhya. And Swami told us this lovely story when one lovely story. Sorry, I just want to give me 1 second. Thank you. Sorry for that. So Swami tells us this one wonderful story about Hanuman. Hanuman, throughout that Vanavasa, most of the time, Hanuman actually physically very near to Rama, right? And then after this, getting used to 14 years of being with Rama, he now and winning the war and so on and so forth. They're going back to Ayodhya. And he's trying to understand what is his future purpose, what is his future role with Rama. He's got so used to being with Rama so close, being his right-hand man, etc. But when he goes back to Ayodhya, he has Bharata, he has Shatrughna, he's got all his mothers, he's got all his crowd. What's my role? Where will I be Rama? And these are the kind of thoughts. What is my future purpose? And so on and so forth. This is what Hanuman apparently was thinking. And then Rama gives him a project saying, please travel to Ayodhya and tell Bharata that I'm coming back to Ayodhya victorious. This is the job Rama gives to Hanuman. This is what Swami told us. And then Rama gives Hanuman a very specific instruction saying, disguise yourself as a Brahmana and then go there. And then he asks, can I not go in this form? And I said, Rama apparently says, no, disguise yourself in the Brahmana's avatar and then just go there and tell Bharata. So with all these thoughts of what's his future purpose, how is Bharata's kingdom, Ayodhya, it might be so much rich, so rich, it might be prosperous in the 14 years, people might be doing this, he's having all these thoughts. So when he returns back to Ayodhya, he's utter shocked to see that everything is in a very, very celibate stage. So everything is in a very, very sattvic stage, celibate stage. They're not celebrating, they're waiting for Rama. They're in a very, very content place. So Hanuman is actually searching for Bharata. So as soon as he goes closer and closer to the hermitage where Bharata is sitting, Bharata is wearing a kashayam dress. He's sitting and he's doing tapasya for waiting penance for doing Rama. And what is, to his utter surprise, what happens is when he sees Bharata, he's very shocked to see Rama himself. So Hanuman apparently actually strikes his eyes just to understand if he's actually imagining. And then he strikes his eyes, he comes closer and looks at him. Bharata is exactly looking like Rama. And Hanuman is shocked. So 14 years of, we all know the story of what happened, how furious Bharata was when Rama left. 14 years of penance and yearning of Rama, Bharata himself started looking like Rama. So Swami says, this is where Swami says, Salokya, Samipya, Sarupya, Sayujya. Salokya means being in the vicinity of the God, like Subhadra and Subhadra story that we went through, Surpanaka story. Samipya, being very close to God, near and dear to him even, for 14 years, only to realize Sarupya, that by being close to Rama for 14 years, he doesn't look like Rama, but Bharata, who is 14 years away, yearning for Rama, he looks like Rama himself, Sarupya. Right? This is what Hanuman also apparently at that time, he realized that is my future purpose. I have to go into the deepest penance, thinking of God, thinking of Rama, internalizing Rama to show Rama to others. Sarupya. So you take over. So basically Salokya is being in vicinity of God, vicinity of Swami. Samipya is being near to God. Sarupya is you resemble God. Sayujya, you become God. That is the journey that Swami says, right? So obviously Sayujya is quite a benchmark that we have to strive to create his presence. And I still remember when I was in college, there was this Swami appointed a very young state president for one of the states, I think in the south or maybe north. I don't quite remember, but Swami appointed a very young state president. He was not even 30 actually. So everybody was clapping and etc. This was a small group, and he went up to Swami and said, Swami, I'm really, really honored that you have appointed me as the state president of the state, but I'm only 28, Swami. I don't have the experience like other elders to lead the state for Satsai organizations. Please give me courage. And then Swami said, do not worry, my child. I'll give you one simple instruction. Behave and talk exactly like me when people come to you, and everything will be fine. Right? Visualize Swami into yourself when people come to you, and everything will be fine. Right? So, and it's an unbelievable experience that I cannot forget. There's another experience that I want to narrate at this time. When it comes to Samipya. So the journey that I was narrating to you from Salokya to Samipya to Sarupya. So that's the thing. So being in the vicinity of God, being near to God, being dear to God, resembling God. Sometimes Swami says the journey might be fastest if you connect in the right way. This particular incident happened when, do all of you know there is a indoor stadium that exists in Prashanthalayam? right beside planetarium. Are you all aware of that building or diaspora? So this was an indoor stadium with facility of a lot of badminton courts, tennis courts, and so on and so forth, which Swami inaugurated in 2005 or 6, I think, for such institutions. So when this indoor stadium construction was going on, there is a lotus-like building outside of the stadium, which is an administrative office cum museum. And there is a small little pole, which is a golden pole, which mimics like a Eiffel Tower. There is one person actually working on it very, very hard to make it stable and so on and so forth. And he was struggling a lot. All through 1 week, his only project was to make sure the structure is structurally very well sitting and etc. So on and so forth. So this particular person, engineer, and he was working all through, and he was a non-believer of Swami. So he came from Kolar district in Karnataka. He was a non-believer of Swami. He came as part of L&T's engineering. And every time we used to go, some of the boys used to actually wander around because it's right in front of the hostel. We used to say Sai Ram. He used to actually particularly reply back to us, I don't say Sai Ram. Okay. So he was very, very stern and curt in replying back, I've come for a job. I don't say Sai Ram, you can carry on. So he used to sit on the top and then he used to do all of this. Interestingly enough, 15 days later, Swami comes to indoor stadium inauguration, then is the next day. And then before the next day, Swami actually gave Path Namaskar to all the L&T workers. Swami actually himself served Prasadam to him as well. Again, being Prasadam Boy was already always behind Swami. Swami gave him them watches, photographs, etc. So I was walking right behind Swami and so on and so forth. And that day was November 9th. I still remember 2005. And that day is Akhanda Bhajan, right? Akhanda Bhajan is a very, very global Akhanda Bhajan, which you all love dearly. And you know, global Akhanda Bhajan, that's a very peculiar thing because it starts at 6 p.m. and until next day 6 p.m. But that's one of the days when Swami sits from 6 p.m. to sometimes 9:30 also, right? 9:30 p.m. So it's 3 hours of looking at Swami. And it's amazing experience. So all the boys actually fight for all possible vantage points to actually go and, have Swami's closest darshan and so on and so forth. Just like every other situation that I've gone through, and this is actually post-graduation, I was already in post-graduation at that point of time. I was probably much more thought, had a lot more stronger thoughts by then. And then when after this particular distribution, Swami also served this particular person, this engineer, whom I was talking about, who will not say Sai Ram, and also tell you that he will not say Sai Ram. So Swami served him as well. We don't know what happened between them because we were seeing from far, me and another boy who were taking care of darshan. He was, Swami served in the Pulihora, Swami served in the Parvanam, and then Swami gave a watch and etc. He just looked at Swami. He just said, he just took like this and Swami blessed and Swami gave him Padamaskar. That's it. And Swami went. This is all it happened. Right? This is all it happened. Just about a minute and a half of darshan. That is his first time for him. And then Swami walks away and etc. And then all the workers went back to work. All the boys also went back to Mandir for Global Akhanda Bhajan. And me being Prasadam Boy and few more boys, we were left behind. We were taking over all the basins, putting back in the tractor and so on and so forth. And suddenly this engineer, I can see this engineer he's running towards us. I said, this time maybe he's come to tell Sai Ram. Right? I mean, so he's ultimately seen Swami. Swami's blessed him. Maybe it's time he's changed himself. He'll come and say Sai Ram. Right? So he's running towards us. And he's seen us quite a few times. He comes and hugs me first. And he hugs another boy who's beside me because he's seen both of us. And first thing he says, is Sai Ram. So we felt very good. Sai Ram, he said. And then I said, we said Sai Ram. Okay. So, and then we jokingly said, so now you can say Sai Ram. And then I said, yes, yes. And then he says, can you tell me if there is a hospital close by where we can donate ice? It's a very interesting question, right? So very odd at that hour as well. I said, well, can you repeat your question? And then he said, no, I just want to know if there is a very good hospital around where I can I can donate ice. Speaking about ice. And his entire face is red. His eyes are red and he's crying and so on and so forth. 1.5 minutes of Swami. And then I look at him and then I said, sir, they don't take your eyes just like that. I mean, you can register and then when you pass away and so on and so forth, they'll come and take the donation that you've offered and so on. It's a process. Oh, it's that big process. I can't give my eyes now. he was in a very hysterical, very elevated sense of devotional movement. He said, no, you can't. Nobody does that. and then he starts to cry. Like a baby starts to cry that he can't do it. And then he says, and then we kind of held him, oh, jokes are over, so we make him sit. And then he said, Sairam, why are you crying? Why are you crying? I mean, you can donate whatever you want, but it doesn't happen in Prasadam. You have to go to Chennai, Bangalore or something, you have to register yourself, and it's a very long-term thing. It doesn't happen overnight. And then he says, no, brother, no, I want to give. I said, what happened? We are trying to shake him up. And then he suddenly looks at us and says, I have seen God. I have seen God. He says it 3 times. I have seen God. And then we're like, we took 2-3 steps behind. And then he said, what do you mean? And then he said, brother, I come from a family of 4 and I have 2 sisters who are blind. I want to give them 1 eye each to get them and show them God. Sarupya, right? It's an unbelievable incident that I cannot forget. That is the level of devotion he went into with 1.5 minutes of being with Bhagwan and seeing Bhagwan. He instantly said, I want to give 2 of my eyes, one to one sister of mine, one to another sister of mine, so that they can have one glimpse of Bhagwan. So we should all be very, very thankful that most of us might have seen Swami in Pancharatnam as well, who are sitting here, but who are sitting here in this bhajan hall, celebrating, able to see Swami, experiencing Swami, being with people who've been with Swami. Please count your blessings that there are devotees out there who are actually really craving and yearning for that particular glimpse and nearness and dearness of Bhagwan. So this is one incident that I cannot forget, that from Samipya to Sarupya, it just happened in 1.5 minutes time. He changed. He not only said Sairam, but he wanted to give his eyes away that minute, and he was acting like a child that he was not able to do it. So that is the strength of Bhagwan's presence. That is the strength of Swami's message. And then I'll move forward and tell you some more of those wonderful incidents that I've actually experienced so much more. This happened in, again, I wanted to get back to a little light-hearted comedy incidents because I wanted to make sure that all of you are happy and smiling as well, because the last 2-3 incidents are quite heavy duty. This again, being near Bhagwan is something all of us want, right? So in my 11th class, so this is again 1997 or 1998, when I was about 13, 14 years old. I always, again, this was school, not even college. So I always used to try and sit near Swami. And this is the story of how I became a Prasadam boy, okay? So, and then I always try, all boys try their best and luck to be near Swami, be close to Swami, how much ever possible, try to run and get that seat and so on and so forth. And I used to try to actually do everything all together. So I used to somehow manage and get very nice position, but also be in a position where I can take the maximum prasadam. This used to be my plan. So every time Prasadam boys come after Swami's darshan and taking Swami's Pad Namaskar, I used to take 2 prasadams where I used to sit, then go somewhere quietly, sit. When another boy comes, take another 2 prasadam, and go a little more distant, sit in the back again. When another boy comes, take another 2 prasadam. So this is how I used to plan. And I used to have a particular plan, basically, because 2 for my parents, 2 for some Shivam devotees who come, 2 from, because every day somebody will come, 2 for my Pedamma, who is a general hospital doctor. Even now she's the head of gynecology in general hospital in Prasadam. Okay, 2 for her, 2 for, so I used to measure all of that. So I used to take a lot of prasadam, fill my pockets. And one fine day, and we were also allowed to take cameras and click Swami's pictures those days. So one fine day, I got in the lottery system that our hostel had, my chit came for taking camera. So I said, hey, yay. So I'll get, so when you get a camera chit, then you can also sit in the first line. So I took my camera and I sat beside Anil Kumar sir that day, and I was trying to take pictures of Swami. And actually, I was only 14 years old. So I put actually camera right in front of Swami's face. So Swami's I took a picture. I still have his hand like this close to my camera. And then he lowered my camera and he said, Prasadam తీసుకున్నావా? And then I said, Swami, I took Swami. Did you take Prasadam? I said, Swami, yes, Swami, I took Prasadam. Swami said, how many did you take? ఎన్ని తీసుకున్నావురా? And then I said, Swami, one, Swami. Oh, you normally take 3 or 4, no? Where are they? And then everybody is laughing. He caught me outright right in front of everybody. Everybody is laughing around. No, Swami, ఇవాళ తీసుకోలేదు, Swami. Today I didn't take. Oh, today you did not take? Oh, that's sad. And then Swami said, and then Swami called a Prasadam boy. He took 3 himself. He dropped 1 laddu each into my hand. I said, one for you, one for your heart, one for your mind. Then Swami said, you can take Prasadam. You can be near Swami, but also distribute Prasadam. Get up, Swami said. Then the Swami made me get up. You got your Prasadam? Go and distribute Prasadam. That's how I actually became a Prasadam boy. Then after that day, for next 10 or 12 years, I took care of Prasadam distribution, and I actively did a lot of village projects. We did a lot of Ukraine Seva when back in UK, and then we also took care of COVID helpline when COVID came. So there's a lot of activity. So we merged into Seva activities and so on and so forth. And this is where I wanted to mention that Seva is the easiest way to actually be dear to Swami. This is something I can really, really tell you. And one incident that I want to narrate on this occasion is when you do is something that happened during COVID, and you will be spellbound. Whenever Swami used to always tell us, whenever you get a good thought, do it. If you overthink it, you will lose the courage to do it. Swami used to always tell us, whenever you overthink, you will lose courage. If you feel right in heart, you know Swami is with you, leave it to Swami, go and do it. Right? So this is what Swami used to say. So as you know, when COVID hit us, it was very, very, very strong in the first few weeks, especially in UK and Italy. I was back in UK at that time. UK was hit very, very, very hard at that time, right? So London also had a lot of very, very strict lockdown procedures, and they would even fine you if you get out of the house and so on and so forth. So this was the time we went in. For first couple of weeks, the local Sai centers and some of us, we went to the elderly homes, we distributed some food and so on and so forth. But even after the first 2 weeks, even that was stopped because we could be carriers and so on and so forth. So government and local council didn't allow us. So we had to stay put in the house. So I was very, very frustrated because I'm a very active guy, normally involved very heavily into Seva, into local organizations and so on and so forth. So I was feeling very, very bad that we can't do much. So all these Zoom calls were going on. And thanks to Zoom, we still can share our experiences like this. So I was feeling very odd that by hands, I'm not able to do anything, right? So then I suddenly realized that the apartment beside me, beside our apartment in London, there used to be a nurse. And British people are pretty private. They're not really talkative. They're very polite and so on and so forth. So we used to take the lift to in the apartments many times, see this particular nurse, but we never said hi or anything. So we don't know her name even, but I know from her desk that she's a nurse in a NHS, which is National Health Service, which is free in the UK, by the way. And then I realized, and there in the UK, every Thursday, they created a tradition of clapping for all the NHS workers, all the health service. Maybe it was a tradition here as well, where you clapped and encouraged every particular day all the health service people. So we did the same for them as well. And suddenly I realized that particular day when I was clapping from the balcony, everybody was doing. Then I realized, oh, this nurse is just beside me. I could do some seva for her. And then I said, we'll cook whatever we are cooking. Let's cook and give it to her. So she must be working very hard. Let's cook and do a box and put it to her, right? So Seva, nearness to dearness to God. So I said, let's do this. So the first time we put a 2-tier lunch box with some pulav, some curry and some papadams and etc. We packed, and then I put a small yellow post-it note on her. Hello, hi, we do not know you, but we know that you are a nurse. Thank you for doing your service. Please continue doing that. and this is a lunch box for you. We are your neighbors. If you want, we'll cook for you every day. That's all I said. And then I said, actually, I wrote Sai Bhanu. So it's just our way of language. So I wrote it. And then I put it there and I left. 2 days, 3 days. Nothing happened. And after 3 days, somebody knocks. So I open the door. Obviously, there is a physical distancing and so on and so forth. Nobody can be around. So only the box was there and there was a pink post-it note. And then she was not there. She was gone. And then she replied Sai Bhanu. So she actually thought probably my full name is Sai Bhanu. So she said Sai Bhanu, but the way it resounded me was that she was saying Sai Bhanu. So it was fantastic. So she said, thank you very much. This Seva is amazing. You don't know how much you helped me today. I'll speak to you on another day. Thanks for offer of giving me food every day. And then obviously she doesn't remember who we are. And then she wrote, if you are Indian, maybe once in 3 days is enough. So that's what she wrote. Very sweetly, she wrote, if you are Indian, once in 3 days, the box is enough. And then my wife was behind me and she was like, you did the curry soup too spicily. You should have lowered your spice level. She recognized we are Indians and so on and so forth. So we started doing every 3 days. We started doing the box. And then this went on for almost 2 months. She would write something on the post box. We'd write something on the post box, exchange and so on. After 2.5 months, the curve came down. And then UK government put the rule, you can talk to each other from 10 feet distance, right? So that's one. And after 2 months, she suddenly, and we know this girl's name is Nicola, and she comes and knocks her door, and then we run because we have not seen anybody for 2.5 months. And we open the door. She's 10 feet away from us. As soon as she sees me, she starts to cry. And then she says, Sai Bhanu. And then I said, Sai you can say Sairam, but my name is Bhanu. Oh, then she says, oh, I actually want to come and give you a hug, but I don't want to break rules that we have set ourselves. But I really want to thank you. And she's crying. She's crying. I said, why are you crying? Tell us what happened. And then she said, I want to narrate an incident. What happened the first time you put the box? So she is actually an ICU specialist nurse. And she's a contract nurse who's been rotated from one hospital to other and so on and so forth. The day I put the box, before that, she actually did a 72-hour shift. And she's an ICU specialist nurse. And her job in the ICU was to turn off the ventilators. Turn off the ventilators. It's probably the most painful job anybody can have. And for 72 hours before this incident happened first time, she actually turned off 93 ventilators, right? So 93 lives left from her hand. And the 93rd ventilator, when she turned it off, she looked at that woman, she looked exactly like her mother. And she said, she went to her dean of the hospital and she said, I can't do this anymore. I have to go back home. And this is 1 a.m. in the night. And this is mid-April we are talking about. And if you've seen all the news, that's the time when we were all going to Walmart's, Tesco's, whatever the thing, we were hoarding everything from there. Nothing was on the shelf, right? So you remember all the tissue papers were gone, all the food was gone because people were panicking. Same thing happened in the UK as well. So 1 a.m. she says, I can't do this anymore because she switched off 93 ventilators. And then the dean said, no, I totally understand. Just go home, come back after 24 hours, take your time. So she drives at 1 a.m. in the night. She comes close to our home. There is a big Tesco. Tesco is a similar supermarket, just like Walmart. She goes there. There is no frozen pizza. There is no frozen pasta. There is no vegetables. There is no chocolate. There is no bread. There is no peanut butter. Nothing. There are just basic essentials. There is no food. And she's apparently a very strong Catholic. She comes back, she gets into the car, she sits, she holds the cross, and she cries out loudly, and she's crying, and she says, Lord, I have sinned. Because in Catholicism, obviously, you can't take somebody else's life, and so any religion for that matter, and she's switching off all the ventilators. She says, Lord, I have sinned, and this is the right punishment you have given, and she cries. She drives the car, comes to the apartment, parks the car, takes the lift. She comes to the door, and she finds the box of the dinner that she did not get, saying, Sai Ram, who are you? Swami gives her the lunch. So it's even now when I narrate, actually, it's a very emotional thing that's how much Swami gives you back if you do seva. Who is she? Who am I? I was doing that seva basically out of boredom. Out of frustration that we can't do anything. Seldom did I know that she was going through this pain. It was an incredible experience that I cannot forget. And that day I've realized that the fastest way to be dear and near to Swami is by doing seva. So whenever your Sai centers invite you for any seva, do not think twice, because that's the most golden opportunity to be close to Swami. And Swami will be always with you. Be always with you. So please kindly take all the opportunities whenever this Gopi brother, Nagarajan brother, Pavithra sister, whoever messages you for a service opportunity, please come, because you do not know the power of seva. The power of seva is incredible, and Swami really rewards you in the most amazing ways. And I can go on and on, but there is unbelievable strength, and that's the best way to be samipya. So, right? So as we said, salokya, samipya. So utilize those two things and be close to Swami. The last section is sayujya, right? So you become him. This is the last incident that I will narrate, and then we can stop. Is that okay, Gopi brother? Is that good? Good. Sayujya is becoming him. So whenever I talk about sayujya, I get very nervous, because personally, I feel like it's a very, very, very tough task to get into that sayujya level. We have been close to Swami, salokya. We have been near to Swami and dear to Swami in several ways, samipya. Sarupya itself is a very tough task, because I think converting ourselves is to be Swami is not great, is not a usual task, tough task. It's a very tough task. Becoming Sayujya is very tough. But I can narrate to you sometimes, Prashantanilam is a place where there are a lot of devotees. And then those devotees have been there for 30, 40, 50 years. Whenever you go them, please pay attention to them. Please get too close to them if you can, as much as possible. And whenever people come from Prashantanilam, take your opportunity to be close to them, because they are magical. They are something else. Their purpose, they live Swami every day. And this is about one such devotees. This is experience of our own professor. He used to be the professor of chemistry back in Sri Satsang Institute of Higher Learning. It's an experience of his father. So his father one day sat in darshan line, looked at Swami, and he said to Swami, Swami, I want to go to Kashi. I want to take sannyasam. This is what he said. He said, my children are with you. My daughter also got married, and so on and so forth. I want to now go to Kashi and take some sannyasam. And then Swami said, "A Vishweshwarade ikkadunnaka Kashi ke liye em chestavu." Right? Swami said that Vishweshwara is right in front of you. What will you go and do in Kashi? Stay here, I will take care of you. That's what Swami said. And then from that day, for next 5 to 6 to 7 years or 10 years, he continued to do meditation and so on and so forth. And then he was having his own private life, quiet life. He became quieter and quieter and quieter, withdrawn. He used to do a lot of meditation, just like he promised Swami. He used to take Swami's darshan, go back, do meditation, come back, so on and so forth. After about 8 years, Swami apparently asked him, what are you doing right now? And then he explained to Swami what's his daily meditation and so on and so forth, his process towards everything. And then Swami said to him, I will today give you one mantra. Do that one mantra and it will actually take you where you want to be. This is what Swami tells. And Swami told him, from today onwards, whoever you see, this is after 8 years of meditation. So Swami tells him, from today onwards, whenever you open your eyes, whomever you see, say to them, it is the same Atma that is in that body that is in mine. That is all Swami says. This is your mantra. From today onwards, whomever you say, just tell yourself that it's the same Atma that you're seeing in them that's in me. Right? This is what he tells. And for next 2-3 years, this particular devotee continued to do the same thing. So wherever he goes, wherever he sees, he just conveys obeisance, walks away, conveys obeisance, walks away. Right? This is what happens. This happened for 2 years. He got much older, and his daughter actually then got married. right? And then she was trying to get Swami's Pada Namaskar because she just got married and so on and so forth. And almost for a week, she could not get Swami's Pada Namaskar because Swami is already in wheelchair or something like that, and so she could not get Pada Namaskar. So she was feeling very bad because the next day she was leaving back to where she came from, and she came back in Parthi home. She was sitting with her father, who is in this stage, who's gone through several stages of Salokya, Samipya, Sarupya. So he was in this stage. And then he suddenly looked at his daughter, and he's not spoken to her for a long time because he's in some other state. And he looks at it, child, what happened to you? And then she says, for last 1 week, I've been trying to get Swami's Padnamaskar, but I could not get. And then slowly he lifts his dhoti and he says, Akkada tiskunna, ikkada tiskunna, okate, na Padanamaskar tisko. This particular devotee himself, he said, whether you take the Padnamaskar there or here, it is the same. Please take Padnamaskar of mine. And suddenly his daughter, she saw her own father in some magnanimous way. She saw Swami. She started crying. She took the Padnamaskar, and very next day, this particular devotee went into coma. And 21 days after coma, that's basically, they say when you become self-realized after 21 days, you pass away. And after 21 days of coma, he passed away. Sayucha. There are many people like that, which we do not know of, who have taken this journey with Swami, which might be the toughest. But we should try our best to reach the stage of Samipya, where we replicate Swami's nearness and dearness to others. Try to show Swami through us, through Saropya, as much as possible. And the best mechanics and the best way to actually get to that stage is Seva, Namasmarana, and Bhajans, and everything, and seeing Swami in everyone. With that, I will stop here. I want to thank all of you to patiently listening. I've seen you enjoyed this, but thanks for giving this time to me. Jai Sai Ram. Jai Sai Ram.
Sairam, on behalf of the South Houston Sai Center, thank you very much, Brother Sai Chandra Bhanu. You took us through beautiful life experiences, started off with near or dear, and then near and dear, and even talked to us about how to become near and dear to Swami through, contemplating and going through Seva and Bhajans, and really seeing Swami in everyone. Thank you so much. I'd like to open the floor for questions, and we'll bring the mic to you.
I think Justin, let me also share it with him. So just one quick thing about the technology challenge I'm having. I think Brother Bhanu has given me the idea of how in the Grama Seva they use the walkie-talkies. Walkie-talkies works only one direction. So please pardon me and give a little gap between him answering and your question. And it would be better logistically if your question, you can just repeat it on the mic instead of moving the mic. That way the feedback and all the confusion can be avoided. Thank you.
Thank you. Everybody's spellbound. So. Sarah, Brother Nagarajan uncle has a question.
Okay. Thank you very much for the inspiring talk. My question is, there's a lot of seva opportunities. Some people are unable to do physical seva. So would you suggest what kind of seva that we can do to be near to and also dear to
Sairam, the question is that there's a lot of Seva opportunities, and incidentally, I'm the regional service coordinator. There are many Seva opportunities that all of the centers afford, but there are also different age groups, and there are some people that cannot physically go, even though they would love to do the Seva. So, Brother Nagarajan's question was, what is your advice to them?
It's a very good question, I can tell you, because everybody has this dharma sandhiktam, right? So physically, how can you be of use? I will only ask Swami for it, and interestingly, I remember an incident. So I'll answer through an incident which has happened to me, and it is essentially, it is about willpower in terms of your willpower in terms of what you can contribute and rationalizing yourself as to what you can remove from, right? So basically, as you age, or when you're a child, or when you age, and so on and so forth, there are several things that happen in your body that it cannot assist you. So understanding the strength that your body has, any kind of seva is the most beautiful seva. Right? So there is, just because somebody is able to lift 200 packets of pulihora doesn't mean they are doing a lot of seva, and just because you are just putting probably a plug somewhere, it doesn't mean that you are not seva. The reason why I tell you this is there was this one incident that happened between me and another brother when we were in Vrindavan. So in Vrindavan there is a straight line, and in between there are cross lanes. So they're like, it's like American roads. There are no turns like this, like in Prasadam. It's like straight roads this way and that way. I love that about American roads. Coming from UK and India, there are so many roundabouts, right? So in Sai Ramesham also we have crisscross roads. When Swami walks in those paths, one of the days, when Swami is about 30 seconds away, I'm sitting on this side of the red carpet. There was another classmate of mine sitting on the other side of the red carpet. And then we both saw there was a tiny piece of a plant branch that flew and came and fell off onto the red carpet. I can see that. And there is it's almost about index finger, okay? It's this much. But there are at least 2 thorns in it. There are 2 thorns in it. And then both of us are looking at it, and then we're trying to signal to each other, you take it, you take it, you take it, you take it. Right? That's what the interaction is going on. And Swami is very close to us. It's probably about 20 seconds away. And then if you actually make any drastic movement, Swami gets very angry. Normally, Swami says, hey, this is what Swami normally says. So we are actually debating with our eyes. This is what we're doing, nothing is happening. And Swami is coming, Swami gets closer and closer. Swami is about 2 seconds away from both of us. There's a small little sparrow that flies, lands there, picks that up, flies away. Right in front of both of us. Unbelievable. And Swami stands right in front of both of us, and Swami says, if you think twice, if you think too much about doing Sai Seva, chinna pichku kuda vachi chesi Pavithra. If you think twice, if you think too much about what you have to do and what you want to do, how you want to feel about Seva, even a small sparrow will come and do my Seva and go. And he hit our heads and then he walked away. I don't know how I remembered that incident, but I'm glad that Swami has made me tell you this. But so, whenever there is a Seva opportunity, just think about what you can do to Swami and dedicate it completely to Swami. Otherwise, these sparrows will come and take that opportunity and go away. So keep that in mind always. I don't know if I've answered the question. Within your limitations, whatever you can give, do it with complete dedication to Swami. Because Swami always says, whenever you are doing Seva, we are doing like a body. Somebody might be hand, somebody might be left hand, somebody might be foot, somebody might be brain, somebody might be tongue. But unless all of you work together, the Seva will not happen. So please be part of a team, do what you can. That's what I want to say.
Thank you. So beautifully said. Sairam, I said so beautifully said. Thank you very much. Any other questions? If we'll end with a vote of thanks, and thank you so much from my side. Thank you so much.
Sairam, at the beginning you mentioned humorously that I was muted when I was trying to introduce you. But Swami blessed me to do the vote of thanks. Pavithra was supposed to do that, but she asked me to do that. You know, Swami plays in such a short period of time that you can hear me a little. Yeah, it's a so inspiring speech. I can't, there is no word to express my appreciation for what you've been saying. They're all connected with a lot of life experiences that you went through, being both near and dear to Swami. So that is a wonderful, wonderful thing for us to listen to on Swami's birthday. So Swami plays so much of passion, shows so much of passion and love for us. He always does it without even thinking about it. So we are very, very grateful to you for being here with us on Swami's 99th birthday and give us such a beautiful speech. I don't want to take too much time because there's a little more program going on. So thank you again. It's a part of our heart. And again, thanks Swami for blessing us with such a wonderful speaker like you. Thank you.
So we will now have Sai Pancharatnam offering and some bhajans. We'll put the slides on the screen, but please, if you have time, stay with us and listen. I'll keep the channel open so you are not muted. You'll be able to hear us. And there's a special request from Uncle that we'd love to have you here next time in person.
Near and dear.
Near and dear.
Thanks, Sai.
Sairam. Hands that serve are holier than lips that pray, says our dear Swami. Here are some reflections from the Sai Seva at the Sridevi Sai Center at Houston. The Phyllis Wheatley High School is an underserved community in the 3rd Ward of Houston. Come August, they requested clear mesh backpacks for all their high school students. Our SSC kids and families got together to make these backpacks to deliver to the school. In addition to distributing these backpacks and supplies, we also are beginning to engage in Zoom classes for the children to help with English, science, and math. Here are some pictures of the distribution at the school itself.
We are so excited that the Friends of Wheatley and Sai have decided to donate all of these wonderful items for our students and families to enjoy. They have done this on their own accord, and we are so blessed and grateful that they decided to be a friend to the Phyllis Wheatley High School. Thank you for all that you do. We are so blessed to have this partnership with you and continue for many years to come.
The joy one gets while promoting another's joy is incomparable, says Baba. This is a seva wherein we collaborate with Second Servings of Houston to rescue food and bakery items from various parts of Houston Metroplex, food that is being just thrown away even though it can be used by the many hungry people in Houston. Let us look at this video.
In the US, about a third of the food we produce goes to waste. We waste this food even though nearly 20% of Houstonians don't have enough to eat. In response to these challenges, Second Servings of Houston was founded to address the city's staggering rates of food insecurity and food waste. As the only perishable food rescue organization in Houston, Second Servings picks up unsold and unserved, perfectly edible food from over 400 food businesses, including retailers, manufacturers, distributors, business cafeterias, sports venues, and more. The food is then delivered in refrigerated vans to a network of 140 local charities.
The Second Servings team would like to thank the volunteers from the Sai Global Council of Houston for their dedicated service to our organization and our community. Your weekly food rescues from Kroger, Gordon Food Service, Snap Kitchen, and Celebrity Cupcakes have had a huge impact, nourishing people in need at Recenter, Star of Hope Mission, Mission Bells, and Lobes and Fishes. We appreciate our long-standing collaboration and look forward to continuing the relationship for a long time. Thank you.
Also, we participated in a community food drive. We do this once in 3 months in the 5th week end of the month, and on Saturdays between 8 and 11 there are at least about 200 families and cars that drive through, and we do this community grocery pickup and food drive along with the Mission Bells Food Pantry, which have actually been doing this in the Houston Metroplex for over 35 years. And now coming to the regional Sevas. 100 for the 100. This is an initiative that we've undertaken to celebrate our Swami's centenary birthday in 2025. Our aim with Swami's grace is to do 100 Narayana Sevas, 100 refugee Sevas, and 100 tree planting Seva by his birthday next year. For Swami's birth centenary in 2025, we have joined hands with Sri Satya Sai Premataru project, which is an initiative to adorn Mother Earth with 10 million trees by Swami's birthday in 2025. Here are pictures from 3 such events where we planted trees in and around the Houston Metroplex area. Swami says, Manav Sevaye Madhava Seva. Every month, we conduct an at-home Narayana Seva where many of the devotees prepare different dishes, and we come together, box them, and take them to different downtown shelters. And here's a picture of one such Seva where we did 250 boxed meals to the different shelters in downtown, and we vary the kinds of food between Spanish, Asian, Indian, American food, etc. We start off with some soulful bhajan singing by the devotees, about 3 to 4 bhajans, after which we assemble food in the homes and then take it to the different shelters in downtown. We have offered 28 such at-home Narayana Sevas this year, and we will complete 30. Thank you, Swami, for helping us complete this. Here are more pictures. On this 99th birthday of our Sri Satya Sai Baba, we want to inform you of this new initiative as part of the 100 for 100 Narayana Seva. From Narayana to Narayana, a family fun Seva. How can you as a family offer your service to Swami? It's simple. Make some non-perishable packets, whatever number you wish, with boxes of cereal, granola bars, fruit packs, crackers, and chocolate milk or juice, all non-perishable. All you do is come to the center on Sunday, bring these packs with you, do whatever decoration you want, any art of your choice on the bags. We will have a login sheet for you to log in your family fun packs for Swami, from you, the Narayana, to the Narayana in all of the different downtown facilities. Let's do this. Our third initiative for Swami's 100th birthday was the Refugee Seva. As you know, scores of refugees line up the streets of New York and have overwhelmed city resources and shelters. This is not only in New York but many other parts of the US as well. With Swami's mission in mind and Swami's love in our hearts, we quickly galvanized, and along with the CHV team, the Community Center for Human Values team, we were blessed by Swami on Guru Purnima Day to inaugurate the first Zoom for ESL tutoring for these refugees that were eager to learn the language and get a job in this country. The number of refugees, adult refugees that speak Spanish, French, Afrikaan, Mandarin, etc., have been growing every week, and it's been an amazing experience. Most recently, Swami afforded us the opportunity to take part in a refugee seva along with Houston Welcomes Refugees. And in fact, today, on Swami's birthday, we were able to visit the Houston Welcome Refugee Center and drop off all of the welcome kits that you all made for all of the refugees that are trying to find their place in America.
We had difficulties, language, culture. I mean, if you go to a country where you don't know anything, you need someone to guide you. Knowing people from Houston Welcome Refugee was a huge help for us.
It's been really eye-opening for me. When we have families coming over, starting from scratch, we can help in many ways, and we do. We guide and direct in many ways, but I think the key piece is friendship.
Yani niko nasema asante moya ajabu na Mungu. Bashie tu kwenye sie tuko waendelee pia na kwa wengine kuwafanyia hivi.
Here are some pictures where our own SSSC children from Group 1 Year 3 also got together because they were not able to be available today to present to Swami. They decided they were all going to get together, write some beautiful cards as welcome kits for these refugees that are coming in to Houston and in need of love.
What are you all doing?
We are giving diapers to the poor.
Very good, very good. Okay, not poor or rich, we are giving those who are in need. Okay, they need these kids. Okay. Yeah.
Can we put sticky notes also?
Before we conclude this Seva presentation, I'd like to talk about a unique Seva that we have initiated here along with SSS PAVE, which it's a one-on-one mentoring and community help with the Juvenile Detention Center. Swami has said that when a criminal is punished after being found guilty, he is kept in prison. Only the body gets punished, but the real culprit is the mind which caused the convict to commit this crime. And Swami says that if you're able to show some aspect of controlling the mind and helping even one such individual see the light, then you have done a great service. We have been doing a one-on-one mentoring and community help with the Juvenile Detention Center in Richmond. This is part of a national initiative from SSS PAVE. We have 5 devotees who serve as mentors, and we have helped about 7 different wards that have come through the Juvenile Detention Center, which is part of the Fort Bend Detention Program. How do you participate in this program? You must be 21 years of age. You must commit to weekly visits at the detention center, and it's easy to start. You complete the application process, do a background screening, a fingerprint appointment, attend training and orientation, and then you're on with these lovely children. Thank you, Swami, for your love and your grace and affording us so many opportunities at the Sri Sathya Sai Center of Houston to our devotees so that we may transform yourself and become your worthy instruments. Happy birthday!
शांति प्रेमावतारी सर्वधर्मावतारी साईया श्री सत्य साई अवतारी साईरा नमो नमो सत्य रूपाय नमो नमो धर्मरूपाय नमो नमो श्री सत्य साई नमो 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 शांति रूपाय नमो नमो प्रेम रूपाय नमो नमो श्री सत्य साई नमो.
Bhagavan Sri Satya Sai Baba says, there is only one religion, the religion of love. There is only one caste, the caste of humanity. There is only one language, the language of the heart. There is only one God, He is omnipresent.
One song. Once.
Bhagavan wants all students to sing together in chorus. One song. Once.
you all like to see this video again? Or shall we move
This is the gift that Bhagavan is giving to you this morning. This is the chief wealth. In fact, none belong to you. These are all built by devotees. Bhagavan's own property is one. Love is his biggest devotee, own property, and is prepared to give you. And is ready to give his body. Lead a peaceful life. Be ideal. And then Bhagavan will experience your life. This is not. You are all mixing and love. Bhagavan's love is your wealth. Bhagavan wants us to preserve, sustain, protect it.
Loving Sai Ram and greetings from Prashanti Nilayam. Sai Inspires, November 23rd, 2024. As we celebrate the auspicious occasion of Bhagwan's 99th birthday, what is the aspect of his nature we must remind ourselves of, and how do we strive to move towards that state? Bhagwan, the Lord of Love, inspires each and every one of us today. The divine power has neither birth nor death. I do not feel elated when praised or depressed when blamed. I treat these dualities of life with equanimity. I am happy both in pleasure and pain. There is only love in me. My love lives by giving, giving, and giving. It never receives. This is the difference between my love and worldly love, which believes in receiving alone. That is why my love is ever expanding. A small seed becomes a gigantic tree with many branches and fruits. All of them have their origin in the seed. Likewise, out of love has emerged the creation. Love is God. Live in love. Develop love. Love everyone wholeheartedly. Only when love is manifested will you attain self-realization. In the first instance, develop self-confidence. Self-confidence is the foundation. Self-satisfaction is the wall. Self-sacrifice is the roof. Self-realization is the mansion of life. Everything is contained in the self, or Atma. With this Atmic principle, acquire spiritual knowledge. The power in spirituality is limitless. The power of love far exceeds the power of the atom bomb. It transforms even those who hate. Develop such sacred love. Divine Discourse delivered by Bhagwan Sri Sathya Sai Baba on November 23rd, 1998. Wishing you a day with Sai, for Sai, and in Sai. Sai Ram.
In thy holy light.
Jai Bolo